Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business and start this off with an oracle card just to test out the energy. See what's good for the lovely Leos out there. I hope you're all fantastic, my friends. Let's see what's up, my gods. Talk to me. What's up with the beautiful Leos here in early September? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on. It's always very interesting. Let's get it going here. What's up with the Leos, please? I always like to start these readings off nice and easy with these. Okay, yeah. So there might be some sort of temptation in store for you, my friends. We have this devil energy in the beginning. Now, that doesn't ruin the reading. Don't be nervous about that. But there are some themes that we're going to need to speak about for sure. But before we do, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. And it needs some enlightenment. But let's get into the reading. Enough of the plugs, I promise. So if you look at this card, you see the devil there, you see the serpent, you see that woman, you see the apple. So we're seeing those Adam and Eve temptation themes and archetypes here. Sure, we could speak about the devil card in the tarot deck, but remember, this is the oracle. So there could be something or someone that's tempting you in some sort of way. Apply it to your own personal situation. If there's something you've been trying to refrain from, if there's something you've been trying to take a step back from, whether that's relationships, whether that's pleasures of the flesh, whatever it might be, there could be some sort of big temptation coming in here when this card shows up. So I'm interested to see how this energy manifests throughout the tarot spread, because sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But it's important to know that this devil energy is showing up front and center. So whether that is a person, whether that's a behavior, something to keep an eye on as we move through. But let's get into tarot. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. So let's shuffle it up, my guides. Talk to me about the lovely Leos here. And we're using the wonderful Vice Versa Tarot. Been having a lot of fun with this deck. It gives a lot of in-depth readings. Now, last week's reading for you was titled A Serious Issue. So hopefully you haven't had one, right? Because the last few weeks there have been some dicey readings for all the fire signs. It's not just Leo. So as I always say, it's all very personal. You apply it to your situation. Nothing's ever set in stone. So only take it how it hits for you. But yeah, last week's reading was very stern, so hopefully you haven't been having serious issues crop up. Let's get these first 3 cards, though. Hopefully we'll get a bit of an energetic change. Okay, double aces, that's a good way to start, my friends. We have the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords, that air element showing up strong. Hey, we have the Ace of Wands here. So we have the fire-air combination leading off, which can be very, very good. That explosive energy. Let's get one more, though, because usually aces talk about the beginnings of something. More wand energy. We have the Queen of Wands, beautiful, confident, sexy. So we're going to speak about this. As I already said, there's an abundance of fire energy with a little bit of air, which can make the energy volatile, which doesn't always mean bad. But let's go through one by one. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes before we get that juicy stuff. Position number 1, the Ace of Swords. I like to call it the Sword of Truth. Now, all aces are opportunities, so it does share a few themes with this Ace of Wands. This could speak about clarity of mind, clarity of speech, being straightforward. So that serious energy from last week is somewhat holding over here with the Ace of Swords. It's a good energy to me. Okay, so you might be having honest communications, very straightforward. Sometimes this could represent cutting certain things out of your life, whether that's behaviors or people. So it's interesting that we had the temptation in the very beginning. Now we have the Sword of Truth. Now moving to the next card, we have the Ace of Wands. Very in-depth, this card. So this could speak about how you spend your energy, what you're focusing on. This is a very fired up type of card. So yes, it could speak about passion, drive, motivation, but it could also be temperamental. And when we mix it with the air energy, this can be like explosive. So I want to see what shows up underneath it. The Ace of Wands can talk about sexuality, the libido. So you might be feeling very confident and sexy and sexual, especially with the Queen of Wands next to it as well. So we're going to have to see what's up with this. But double aces, double opportunities, that's good. There could be some nice things coming in here, Leo. Or the beginnings of cycles, opportunities for you to shake things up. Now, moving to the very back end, we do have the Queen of Wands, okay? She could represent any fire sign. Okay, so it could just represent you. It could represent mother figures as well. And when I see any queen in the tarot deck, I think of the inner state of somebody. And once again, this is confidence. This is energy. With her and the Ace of Wands, Spirit might be asking you to magnify like what you're focused on, what you're giving your energy to. Are you giving it to worthwhile things? Or are you giving it to things that don't deserve your energy? But the Queen of Wands to me is beautiful, confident, and sexy in her best form. So those might be feelings you're feeling. In her reverse, this is somebody that is feeling a lack of confidence. Now, she is important in a Leo reading because it doesn't matter if you're male, female, or anything in between. It could be telling us something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. So we're going to see about that. Let's dive deeper on all this, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, so let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Leos, please. Let's see what's going on, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Leo? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ace of Swords. And also, if you read tarot, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Leo, you could just drop it down below. I don't mind. So let's go in on that Ace of Swords. Where's the Sword of Truth here for Leo? Thank you. Hermit in reverse. Oh, this just gave me a spicy feeling here. Now, some of you might just be having issues with a Virgo. I don't think that's all of you, but I feel like this is somebody like, I'm not biting my tongue no more. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to say what's on my mind. Now, that's something you might be feeling all the time. Like some Leos are honest to a fault. But when I see the Hermit in reverse, because once again, this is the vice versa tarot. It has the back, the front. The Hermit in reverse under this Ace of Swords is somebody saying like, no, I'm not holding it back no more. I'm not holding anything back. I'm going to say it how it is. So this can be some sort of explosive communication or talk here, straight up front and center. We have that stone cold honesty. Now, as I said, some of you, yeah, you might be having issues with a Virgo. I don't think that's everyone, obviously. But with this Ace of Swords and the Hermit, this is somebody that will not bite their tongue any longer. Okay, so there is something in regards to communication for sure, right up front. Okay, whether it's something you've already said and let slip, or it's something you're like, you know, the next person, well, the next time that person does this or says that, I'm not holding back no more. It's an interesting vibe. So we're going to keep moving over. I don't want to overcomplicate it. But let's see what's up. For some of you, it could just be a nice opportunity presenting itself as well. If I were to give you a secondary message, something could present itself to you, like fall in your lap. So that's nice. So let's see what's up with that Ace of Wands. Where's the Ace of Wands here? Thank you. Yeah, there it is. All right, so if you do have a communication with somebody and you let it rip, I would expect them to return the favor. So that is something you're going to want to watch out for conflict. We have the Eight of Wands in the upright underneath this, this Ace of Wands. Now, that is like a fiery back and forth right here. That is a recipe for that. So your communication is extra important in this time. You can look up the meanings to these cards and you'll get my thought process here. Very fiery, very no nonsense. But yeah, if you do engage in any arguments or calling somebody out, they might give it back to you. So beware of conflicts, arguments, any blow-ups in this time. Now, for some of you, once again, we're talking about possible good news presenting itself. So this reading is very dualistic. Like there's that duality here where it could be confrontational, but it could be very, very good for new opportunities and good news. So some of you might be receiving some really good news here in the coming days and weeks. So I feel like it's going to be one or the other. Okay, either you might be beefing with somebody or there's going to be some really good news coming in. I would still beware of this fiery energy though. Beware of it for sure. We're going to go in on this Queen of Wands because there can be a bit of conflict with how straightforward, no nonsense this is. Nothing wrong with a little honesty in my opinion. I'm a fire sign, so I totally get it. So let's see what's up with this Queen of Wands. Maybe somebody needs to hear your truth. Maybe somebody will. Like if you're not going through any issues or things right now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, something's going to make you feel a lot happier about yourself. All right, speaking your truth might make you feel very content and happy. A lot of you might just be focused on your own happiness right now here with the 10 of Cups in the upright underneath the Queen of Wands. It doesn't get much more better than that. It's a very simplistic type of message. Listen, I'm going to focus on my own. I'm going to focus on my family. I'm going to focus on my house. I'm going to focus on myself, my happiness. That's how this feels. So if some of you have been holding something in, if there is a talk you need to have with somebody, even if it's a fiery back and forth, explosive, volatile conflict, whatever, in the end, getting that out will be better for you. If there's something you've been holding down deep inside, you're going to feel like a million times better once you get it out. Okay, once you speak that truth, once you unload that burden with the Queen of Wands and the 10 of Cups, it doesn't get much more better than this. So I can also say, since we've had that positive undertone of opportunities and things of that sort, this Queen of Wands with the 10 of Cups is once again reinforcing that you could have some sort of huge win or victory coming in for you. An opportunity that will pay dividends down the road. So beware, like not beware in a bad way, but keep your eyes open for really golden opportunities that could be plopping in your lap here. Because there's that duality. So please take a screenshot. We're going to get into the shadow card real quick. Actually, before we do, let's do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box. Position number 1, we have the Ace of Swords with the Hermit in reverse. Like I said, this is somebody not willing to bite their tongue no more. If this person comes sideways, if they say this, if they do that, I'm not holding back. Some of you could just always be in that mode. It could absolutely be an opportunity coming out of nowhere, presenting itself. In the center, we have the Ace of Wands with the 8 of Wands, that big fiery energy with the air, the little touch of air showing up. It was giving me that explosive back and forth, that explosive talk. So if you do come at somebody sideways, they're going to come back at you. Or if somebody comes at you sideways, you're going to serve it right back to them. But once again, more opportunities. So in this time, you might get several of them. On the very back end, the Queen of Wands with the 10 of Cups in the upright. Much more better in the end. So whether it's these opportunities panning out, giving you a big win or victory, a huge one at that, or you just getting that out, getting that talk over with, getting that burden off your shoulders, you're going to feel much better for it. Okay, or just focusing on your happiness. It's nice. So let's get into the shadow card. Yeah, you could screenshot that, look into them a little further. This is an interesting spread, Leo. Let's see what's in the shadows for my friends, my God. Just one card. What's in the shadows for Leo? And I like to end off every reading with these shadow cards, okay? So let's just see what's up. Whether it's something new, something old, we're going to see. Okay, 8 of Wands showing up once again, a big card of action, a big card of speed. And I do believe Spirit is warning once again about the communication, the talks, the messages, how you put yourself across. I'm never going to tell you to bite your tongue. I'm always going to tell you to speak your truth. However, there is a difference between presenting yourself in a truthful, honest manner or piling on somebody. Spirit could be telling you like, hey, say what you got to say, but don't pile on too much. Another thing with this card, the 8 of Wands in the shadow, is watch out for any impulsiveness. Try to not be impulsive whatsoever in this time. So Leo, that's what I have for you. Please feel free to look that up as well. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, wonderful Vice Versa Tarot. This is the deck that I'm using in all the readings for September. So if you'd like to get your name in, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite use for tarot? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month going into October, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you. And I'll see you next time.